Welcome to Overtime with Jared P. and Johnny O. March Madness edition. Today's a great day, kicking off in all intents and purposes, the field of 64. The play-in games are over, and so the old school field of 64. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into our final four picks, Cinderellas, and players to watch. But first, I want to thank our presenting sponsor, Elite Performance Chiropractic. Pro football player Jeremy Phillips. He is the chiropractor doctor that owns and operates Elite Performance Chiropractic. They get you feeling better than ever, back and up and doing the things that you want to be doing, pain-free. Whether you're 8 or 88, they got you covered. 2 locations in the Triad. He's at the one at Westridge the most. Check him out online. Elite Performance Chiropractic. All right, Johnny, you look rested. Coming off
a nice. I tell you. I was in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Kim and I went there for 4 days. It was wonderful. Stayed with her son, Carson, who's an avid listener, always listens to our show. He's a sports fanatic. And his wife, Claire, with their 2 kids, Jared. Okay, I know I've had 2 wonderful kids, and they were perfect, when they were infants all the way up till now. Okay, they got a son that turned 5, Callaway, on St. Patty's Day. That's his birthday. Yeah. He is a pisser. Okay, man. He is unbelievable. Callaway, I think, is such a cool name. And his little sister, Colette, who's going to be 3, is acting just like him. I've never seen so much personality in my life. We had a blast. It was absolutely a bundle of joy. They make you feel like $1 million because they love us. So it's all good. It was a great trip.
Well, good. I'm glad you got to go. And I'm not a grandparent yet. Hope I won't be for a long time. But you get to have fun with them, and then you get to leave.
See, I'm a step grandparent. So this is like a little bonus, man. It's a bonus. Right.
Bonus grandparent. That's awesome that you love them too. Love them so much. And Callaway, obviously golf fans, I'm guessing, in that family.
It wasn't because of that, but I'm going to say it is because that name just goes with golf, man.
It does. All right. So March Madness kicked off in high gear right now. As when this is posted, a couple games are in action now, and by the time this is posted, probably be about halftime of the first game. So we can get into March Madness. Takeaways already from the play-in game. Oh boy, that Miami of Ohio team, is that the best run offense you've seen in a long time?
Yes, and I'm so happy they won, man. Now it proves that they belong in the tournament, and they beat it. I mean, SMU is a nice team, so that isn't like they beat some no-name team. So I was very happy with them. I didn't watch the entire game, but you're right. The way they run that offense and they got those certain, role players on. No, it was, they play very nice basketball, and who knows, man, it's March Madness. Anything can happen. And that's a team to be reckoned with.
Well, if they can shoot anywhere close to the way they did, I think they made 25 threes in the game. The coach said our goal is to shoot 45 threes or something like that. Like he made no bones about it. But it wasn't like they're just jacking threes to jack threes. They had some contested shots for sure that they made.
Yep.
But the way they run that offense, they run a lot of diagonal passing, which can be dangerous. But the way they set it up is that it's so hard to defend because they get people, their guards are good at penetrating, and they throw these diagonal passes where it's so hard for the defense to recover. But they got points in the paint. They got drives. They had guys with mid-range jumpers, guys killing threes. They beat a team that was faster, stronger, more athletic than them, and they totally out-coached and outplayed. And SMU has a good coach. I was just so impressed with the way they ran. Because even if they missed their shots and they lost, the way they ran their offense, they got the shots they wanted. Great cutting, great off-the-ball action. I mean, good Lord, if you're playing defense against them, playing man-to-man, you're gonna earn your defensive stripes because they are going to run you. It's almost like the Princeton offense in a way.
How cool is it? I mean, you it seems like you were probably a guard or off guard or whatever, and a shooter. To have a coach that's telling you, hey, we want 40 or 45 threes thrown up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. let me play for him, man. Let me
Yes.
play for that guy. You give me, if I can take 7 to 10 3-pointers a game, oh, I would be having fun out there.
All right, let's get into our final 4 picks. Do you want to just do your 4 in a row and I'll do my 4 in a row? Do you want to reveal them by region, or how do you want to do it?
Well, I tell you what, I'll start.
Okay.
My 2, I'll start with one of the games, okay, out of the 4.
Okay.
So I have the Dukies, and okay, I've been doing the brackets, and every year, I do brackets for our family and our mixed families, and there's a lot of trash talking, and I
Yeah.
haven't won. And I set it all up, and I haven't won any of these brackets of late, and I'm not real happy about that when I have to send the money back out.
Yeah.
At the end of it,
Right.
and I'm sick of betting with the heart, okay,
Right.
and hatred. Oh, I don't like that team, so I'm not gonna. I'm going with winners this year. Okay. So, and I've been talking up Duke, which it hurts me. It does, man. I don't like Duke. I don't like them, but they're a really good team. I have Duke in the Final Four playing Houston in one of the games. Houston is one tough team. Okay.
I like that.
They just look bigger, stronger, and older all the time with what's his name? Kelvin Sampson. Who's just a miserable looking coach until he, he just won't,
Right.
he won't smile. And they lost it last year, right at the end of they made it to the championship. But yeah, I got Duke in Houston. I'm a believer in Duke. They're just solid, and when they get their starting center back, which I think they will, they're going to be very tough. So, who do you got in that game?
I actually do have Houston, and this is maybe a stretch, but and they're in the toughest bracket. I have St. John's.
Oh, nice.
Now they'll have to upset, I believe, Duke early on to get there, but their guard play and them beating UConn by 20 in the conference championship.
Yep.
And they won the regular season in the conference championship, or they won the conference championship in the Big East. I think the second year in a row, but no one's talking about it because UConn's been so dominant recently. But I'm not super confident about St. John's. I think I just try to pick a non 1 or 2 seed to get there. And I think of all the ones that are 4 or 5s, to me, they were the most likely, and they have great guard play. And you need that. And Rick Pitino is going to have them ready. He's going to be ready. Although that East bracket, usually I feel Duke gets in a easier bracket. Man, they have the hardest bracket by far. Although you don't have to play all those teams, but you got it's murderer's row of coaches. You got Bill Self, you got Hurley, you got Duke, you got Tom Izzo, right?
It's loaded. It's loaded.
And then Rick Pitino. And then I had them playing Houston. I do have Houston. Houston to me is one of those teams, if they can play their defense and enforce their will like they did against Duke last year, which they had no business beating Duke with Cooper Flagg and Con Knippel and the 5 people that got drafted on their team last year. But they're men, and they play strong, and they actually have a guard that can score. I mean, they can score this year, which is different from years past. I'm not fully confident, too, because I feel like they get behind. They're not as explosive as other teams, but, man, they're and they've been through the Big 12, which was just an insane league this year. So, I have St. John's in Houston.
Okay. And I want St. John. I'm hoping St. John's gets in that Final Four. I just love the way Pitino has turned St. John's into a power again. And I mean, let's just face it, the man can coach and get the players. And he still has the black hair somehow. He must be using the same stuff Krzyzewski was using.
Yeah, that's right.
And boy, he knows how to dress, man. Jay Wright used to be the best dresser in college basketball, but Pitino just he's right out of the mafia, man. So
he's out of Central Casting, right?
But I love that pick. I wanted to pick St. John's, but I'm trying to win this year. I'm going out to win. I'm in it to win it. So
Duke's what's your pick?
What's your next game? Give me your next matchup.
I have Arizona, which I know is a popular pick, versus Michigan.
Okay.
I think Michigan for the first half of the season, they were blowing out good teams. You look up, they're beating good teams by 30. And it's like, now they came down to earth a little bit. I know they had some injuries. I think they're mostly healthy now. They didn't, but, they beat Michigan State twice, which is a very good team. They had trouble with Purdue. I think Purdue could be a dark horse, by the way. But,
Yeah.
they're a top 3 seed, right? But, they could do some damage. But, yeah, I think Michigan if they can return to form of the beginning of the year, they're going to be tough to beat. So Arizona and Michigan.
Yeah, I got Arizona as well. They seem they've been the best team since day one, of the season, it seems. Really like them. I think they have a heck of a chance of winning the whole damn thing. But we shall see. But I got Arizona playing Iowa State.
I like that pick. I do, actually.
I got Iowa State in the Final Four. They've been good all year. And again, another Big 12 team. They're in the Big 12, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that conference is loaded. And so they're all battle tested, man. Like Houston and all that. But yeah, so Arizona and Iowa State I have in that other game. So I don't know. There's so much that can happen, but those have a good chance. I like your St. John pick, and Michigan again. Like you were saying, they were blowing away teams and just like almost running away with the college basketball for a little while there. I don't know how many they had in a row, but that's a hell of a pick too.
All right, and so who do you have winning your first matchup?
I got Duke eking by Houston. I got the Dukies winning Houston.
So that'd be a rematch from last year's Final Four.
Oh yeah, they played each other, didn't they?
Yeah,
and Houston beat them.
Yeah, I think Duke was up 12 with like 3 minutes to go. Because there's some bet, like if you made $100 bet, then you would have won like $7,000 because the odds.
Yeah,
and then they just clamped down and Duke choked. They choked that game out for real.
Yeah, I got the Dukies beating Houston.
Yeah, I got Houston moving on to the championship over St. John's in like a great game. I mean, two really hard-nosed teams. Yeah, and then in the second matchup, I actually have Michigan with a mild upset over Arizona. Although earlier in the year, it would not have been an upset. I'd have Michigan playing Houston in the final championship game.
Yep, nice. I got Arizona beating Iowa State. So just to set up that matchup between Duke and Arizona, the East against the West, I guess, or Southeast against the West.
Yeah, and we had that stat, or we posted a meme. No team west of the Mississippi has won a national championship since 1997. Arizona.
How about that?
That's wild. More than half the country, no championship.
Ooh, that was when I saw that. It's just, you start thinking about that. That's a lot of years, man. But Arizona looks like they're ready to play. They got a bunch of players, and it's just such a different feel now the last couple of years in March Madness, just the way it is now, and all these players playing for different teams and switching and trading and NIL and doing this and that and whatever you want to call it, man. Transferring, it's hard. It really is. It's hard to pick them because they all look like minor league NBA teams now. But yeah, so I got Duke and Arizona playing in the final game.
All right, and then who you got winning?
I got Duke tearing the Nets down, man. This is their team. It is. I know, and I'm not doing that because you're a Carolina fan. It hurts me, but they're the team. They're the team. Shire's got them playing together. I don't know why I'm jumping on their bandwagon, but I am. And the Dukies beat Arizona in a classic. It might even go overtime because I think they're very evenly matched teams and both very well coached. But the Dukies win a national championship to get whatever number it is. Is it number 7? They would have 6.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what you got. You guys have 6, right? Carolina.
We have 7. We have 6 tournament champions, and we won one before which people like Duke doesn't want us to count it, but like it counts. There was no tournament then. We were awarded the national championship before that tournament in 1924.
Oh, my gosh.
24, 57, 82, 93, 2005, 2009, 2017. So, and 1957 beat Wilt Chamberlain in triple overtime when he played for Canada.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we earn these. No, yeah, so they would technically be 6. When ESPN talks about it, they'll say they're tied at 6 for tournament championships, but we do have 7. Yeah, I have Michigan winning the national championship. And I think actually probably, 10 plus points over a good Houston team.
Wow.
So I have Michigan winning a championship, and I can sleep well at night because Duke didn't win. I think Duke's problem, though, is they don't have their starting point guard. He's out for the season. Now, it's not losing a Caleb Wilson. They're not losing a top 5 pick, in the draft. If they lost Boozer, we're talking about a first weekend exit. They have no chance. Any team losing their top player, that's a top 5 lottery pick, has no chance of any deep run. Let's be honest here. Because I know some Duke fans are like, oh, well, we got some injuries. Yeah, you do. They're not top 5 picks. But not having your starting point guard in the NCAA tournament where you're playing teams that might have some, as you get further in the tournament, with some similar bigger teams. Arizona's a bigger team. They got good guard play. And we know that Duke, although it has been trending differently, has not been that good from 3. Although that has changed. They've got some dude that looks like he was made in a Duke factory. Some white kid. He just looks like they just made him. He looks annoying. I'm sure he's a good guy, but he looks annoying. He plays annoying, but he can shoot the light. He shoots lights out.
I was just saying that to Carson actually when we were watching the game, whenever Saturday night or whenever the game. Yeah, Saturday night. I'm like, that guy. Every time I look, he doesn't do much. He just looks like a Duke player. But I mean, what does he do? And I swear, the next 3 or 4 plays, he dominated. He hit a 3. He got fouled. He did all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah. So they do have some promise there, but I just think things get tight. Boozer, heaven forbid, although I don't think he has all year, foul trouble. This team is done. But yeah, they should sail through the first weekend. Duke should. But those injuries will catch up, especially I don't know how to say his name. Their center or power forward center. I guess he comes off the bench, but
no, he's a starter, man. That guy's a starter.
They put Boozer at 4.
Yeah,
you're right. And so that's a big loss, but they think he might be back for the tournament. If he's there, they definitely. If he's not there, no chance they win the national championship. Okay. Without Foster, no chance. Too thin. One person gets in foul trouble, they're in major trouble.
Hey, don't beat up my pick. I'm not beating up your Michigan pick for crying out loud.
No, I mean, you're more likely to win because you're even the overall number 1 pick, but I'm just saying, or number 1 seed. All right, let's but yeah, so that's what we got. Real quick, I'm make a prediction for Carolina as a Tar Heel fan in our show. They do not make it out of the first weekend, and they might not make it out of tonight, but definitely I would bet your entire paycheck, Johnny, that they do not make it out of this weekend. Either they squeak by VCU, they're going to get, I think, blown out by Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois is a tough matchup for them. They beat VCU tonight, though. They got enough to beat VCU.
They do. They have enough to beat a lot of teams, but they're so inconsistent. It drives me crazy. And their defense, they don't play with intensity for most of the game. And Illinois has the most efficient offense in college basketball against a defense that's lackadaisical for long stretches. That's not good. That's not good for us. Yeah.
Well, I hope they at least win tonight, just to kind of keep the weekend interesting for you Tar Heel fans. So, all right, before we go on to our next, talking about a little Cinderellas, we got a couple other sponsors. We got Estate Jewelry and Loan, something old, something new. Estate Jewelry has a great selection of new and estate jewelry, and you can really find a nice, unique piece of jewelry for any occasion. You can locate them at 2511 Battleground Ave in Greensboro, and also go check out their website at estatejewelryloan.com, estatejewelryloan.com. We also have Salsarita's Fresh Mexican Grill located in High Point at the Palladium, and in Greensboro in the Target Shopping Center on New Garden. He's got a food truck, catering, daily specials. You can go to salsaritas.com to check out their menu. We have 4 Real 24, Real Golf Indoors Anytime, Greensboro's premier 24/7 indoor golf facility offering iconic golf courses and state-of-the-art equipment. The place is absolutely beautiful, and it's like you're playing real. It's like you're playing outdoors. Check out them at 4real24.com, and they're also located at Horsepen Creek Road and Battleground, right on the corner there. And one more, we'll finish up our sponsors here. Jimmy Snow over at Imperial Marketing Solutions. He's selling laptops for $395 delivered like brand new, and also desktops for $395 with keyboard and mouse. $395. Free shipping. Call Jimmy Snow at 315-345-8349.
Awesome. We love our sponsors. All right. So let's get into some Cinderella picks. I kind of mentioned mine a little early. I kind of wanted it, and it's a little bit cheating. This is cheating a little bit. Although they're going to play a good Tennessee team. They play Tennessee, right? I like Miami of Ohio as somebody that has everything that you want winning. They did lose in their conference tournament, which almost kept them out of the tournament. I thought, well, maybe they're not that good. And I know they had like 3 2-point games, which who wouldn't kill to be 30-1 with 1 loss. But the way they played the other night, if they can duplicate that, they can have a long run. They are hard to defend. You're going to have to really come up with a game plan to be able to stay on 5 guys. Would have 5 guys out there that can shoot. And they have a guy, it's like 6'8", white guy that he plays like the poor man's Larry Bird. He's comfortable in the post, shooting threes, pull-up jumpers, great passer. Their passing is so good. I really like Miami of Ohio. And Cinderella, not in the sense that they're a double-digit seed, but I think a team that kind of faltered down the stretch because their second-best player got hurt, and not because I'm a member of the church, but I think BYU with AJ, if he goes on a tear and they're smart enough to let him control the ball for most of the game, I think they can be, an Elite 8 team.
Yeah. No,
it'll be tough. It'll be very tough, but those are my 2, BYU and Miami of Ohio.
So, quick question. When we say Cinderella team, okay, are we looking at, because it's a whole different time now, okay, are we looking at a win, one big win, or are we looking at a little bit of a run, maybe making it to the Sweet 16, getting through the weekend? Is that a Cinderella, or are we just talking about maybe just a victory? Because the reason why I asked that, I mean, come on, like you're saying, the Miami Ohios and, a couple of the teams that I'm going to tell you about here, they don't have that NIL money, like the big boys have, where in the past, that mid-major could beat a Kansas, if Kansas has one guy out, or, something like that when they go on a run. My Cinderella this year, I guess, to answer that question is, I think they're just going to one upset, but you should call it an upset, but it's a Cinderella upset. And here I got 2 of them for you. Do you understand what I was saying there? Though?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think typically it's a deep run, but I think, but then there's been years like Lehigh, where they a Cinderella team. They beat Duke as a 15 seed, or the team that UMBC that beat Virginia as a 16 seed. I mean, that's either way.
All right. Well, I got 2, and this is one is just such wishful thinking, because I think it actually could happen because they're so good. High Point over Wisconsin. It's a 12-5. It's a 12-5 game. Seeding, and that usually means there's always one upset in that 12-5. And why not High Point, man? They're 30-4. They've played great all year long. Wisconsin's, one heck of a team, but they're beatable. So that one would be just huge for High Point University, and you would have to call it at least a Cinderella upset. Going past that, I'm not sure, but you never know. And one other one that I looked at, just to kind of get by a big time team, because this big time team's been a little shaky. Alabama's been a little shaky this year. Hofstra University playing Alabama. That's a chance that I think Hofstra, who's a decent team and well coached, could pull the upset, the Cinderella upset over Alabama. So my two teams would be Hofstra, winning their first game, and High Point actually earning a win over Wisconsin because they're that good. So I'm just wishful thinking, man. Let's go HPU Panthers.
Yes, I would love to see it. When it comes to, I believe, unless I'm thinking of Alabama, I'm thinking of Arkansas, but I think it's Alabama has one of their top scorers that was arrested felony drug possession and is not playing in the tournament as of now. And so if he's out, I think that really helps your Hofstra case. I mean, they should still win even without, because the disparity in talent, but still that could really lead to that as well. I like that pick, and I like High Point. Yes, they were just around the corner, and since NIL's been a big deal, they've won their conference twice in a row. They got big money in High Point. If you're not familiar with High Point University, the most pampered student body in the country, and that's not me saying this. It's according to like every. They have their own steakhouse that they can go to once a week.
Incredible.
A fine dining steakhouse the students can sign up for once a week to eat there. A hibachi place. They have ice cream trucks. They've got valet services. Beautiful campus. Yeah, you're spending $60,000 a year, but it's a beautiful campus. Nito Cobain has just been a godsend to that school. I mean, he's just like the man. But have you heard?
It's like a country club. It's like a country club.
Crazy stat.
Disney World.
Chase Johnston.
Oh, you still there? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Oh,
no, it really is. Have you heard of Chase? Did you lose me?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Am I there?
No.
What about now? Is that better?
Yep, that's good. That's good.
Better. Okay. Have you heard of Chase Johnston for High Point? This is the craziest stat I've heard in college basketball in a long time. He has made 62 or 63 threes this year, right? Shooting about 48% from three.
Okay.
Guess how many twos he's made? Guess how many 2-point shots he's made the entire season? He plays. He's a starter.
I'm gonna guess zero.
He's 0 for 4 from 2. 0 for 4. I've never seen that. He has not made a 2-point basket all season. He shot around 133s. He's made 60 some, shooting 48%. He's a great 3-point shooter. And even the twos that he missed were long distance twos, foot on the line, basically. I've never heard of that in my life. That's the type of player I want to be. Threes only.
That
Chase
is
Johnson,
crazy.
you're my hero.
I love that stat, man. And their point guard, I can't think of his name right now. The point guard, his handle is the best I've seen in college basketball in a long time. And he's like, they call him Lightning, I think. He's so fast. You got to watch the game. If you get a chance, watch that High Point game. So, but, that's a great stat, though, that 3-point. That is crazy.
It's amazing. I love it.
What about free throws? I wonder about free throws.
That's a good question, because I don't think he's getting fouled. He's just shooting threes.
That is great.
I don't think it's ever happened in college basketball, shooting that many threes and having no 2-pointers at all. I know you got to get out of here.
Give us a couple players. Give us a couple players to watch. And I got a couple few freshmen to watch. But what do you got for big time players maybe to step up and win a couple ball games for their teams?
I mean, I think the one that has to step up the most is AJ DeBasta. I can't say his name. AJ DeBasta for BYU.
DeBansa.
I know it might seem like a cop-out answer, but man, he broke Kevin Durant's Big 12 scoring record in 3 games. He's an incredible talent. He's great attitude, great team player, great passer, great rebounder, plays hard, unselfish. But like if he needs to take over a game, he will. And I think he could be like a Jimmer Fredette in a different way. He's like, I think you mentioned earlier in the season. Well, maybe you said that Caleb Wilson. He's being compared a lot to a Kevin Durant type, 6'9", get any shot he wants, great handles. I think and then people don't talk about it as much, but because they're a number 1 seed. But we cannot underestimate, and this pains me to say this, but Cameron Boozer is a freshman, and he dominated the ACC. He doesn't make mistakes. He is a very smart player. Could tell his dad was great college and NBA player, Carlos, and his brothers on the team, and having a feeling for point guard has been admirable. But I think Cameron Boozer is where he goes. If he has one bad game, they're out with their injuries. One bad game, they're out. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
they're not this 10, going 10 deep. They're going 7 deep. They're rotation 7 barely at this point. So if he gets hurt, or if he has a bad game, they're out. Lots of pressure on Boozer.
Oh my God. This Carolina fan is really coming out today from you, man. You're back just trying to say they're out somehow, some way. But I gotta say, Boozer never has a bad game.
I know he doesn't. He's super consistent.
That's great. I'm just teasing you, man.
No, but you're right. He doesn't.
Well, my guys are, AJ DeBansa. You know what I love about him? He came in as, the number 1 pick and all that, went to BYU, this and that. And he's, I say he started off slow. He's still a freshman. I think he was only averaging 19 or 20 for the first few games. Right. All of a sudden, he just got better and better every game because they needed him more, obviously. But I watched him play. He's fun to watch. 25 points a game and 7 rebounds. He's that guy, like you're saying, that can, hey, jump on my back. Let's win a couple ball games and let's play a couple weekends. So, no, I absolutely love that kid. It looks like he's got a great attitude and is a really good teammate. But my big guy, I had Cam Boozer. There's no debating that. He's just one heck of a college basketball player this year. But this other dude, and he plays for my main man, John Calipari at Arkansas. And look out for Arkansas. But Darius Acuff Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! A guard. And Calipari loves to have that guard, that big-time scoring guard. But he averages 23 points a game. He's only 19 years old, like DeBansa. These kids are young, man, and they are playing against some men because there's their 22, 23-year-olds out there. But he could, again, I think you mentioned it earlier, guard play is so big in the NCAA, and this guy can do it. So look out for Arkansas, and the player to look and watch is, and again, he's a freshman, Darius Acuff Jr. from Arkansas. So good stuff.
All right, excellent. Good show, Johnny. Glad you got some R&R with your beautiful gal and step grandkids and family. And we're looking forward to watching some March Madness. It's upon us right now.
It's going on now, man. Let's enjoy it. All right, buddy. Till next week.
Overtime pay. We're talking the overtime play. The big stories, the big plays, the big drama. We got Jared and Johnny.